Much love, fam. Appreciate y'all joining us for this quick update on the Saints cut days. I don't know if I can say happy cut day because it ain't very happy for some people that's getting put in the street despite the best efforts given. Shout out to you, fam. Appreciate y'all being in the coma for this one. Much love. Listen, fam, we got some stuff to kind of talk about dealing with the Saints. And let me go through my customary line that I always say all the time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sports talk from your favorite sports fam. That gives us good luck as we start the broadcast. So y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share the show on your social media feed. A lot of stuff popping today for our black and gold. Let's hit some of it, fam. We heard that Kendre Miller has been placed on IR to start the season, which is not a surprise, given him not being seen for much of the preseason. We knew he wasn't going to be released. That was just a lot of smoke. Like I said, who releases a third-round pick after 2 years? I mean, he had a couple of injuries. Hell, the Saints knew his situation when they drafted him. He had a few injuries in college. So you have to understand what's going on there. But they did the right thing by placing him on IR. The Saints have a deep running back room that should be able to absorb the loss of Kendre Miller. Big ups to the fan. All right, so let's hit this list, man, and talk about some of it. Lou Hedley, man, we knew this was not much of a story here. The Saints has reported sources that Lou Hedley was put in the street. They parted ways with him, his inconsistency, and all the things that we've seen going on with Lou Hedley. We knew that eventually that he will be placed in the street. Hopefully the Saints go after the 49ers punter. I think his name is Presley Harvin III, who was punting his ass off. He put a hell of a trial. 49ers did release him the other day. Hopefully the Saints could look at him or possibly another veteran punter, man. We need somebody that can pin these teams back there that's qualified. All right, safety Rod Teamer was also cut. He couldn't distinguish himself. Shout out to Rod Teamer. I'm pretty sure the Saints would look to try to bring him back to the practice squad. Isaiah Stallbird, no surprise right there. James Robinson, it's reported by ESPN that veteran running back James Robinson was also being released. Jesse Davis, the offensive lineman. Ugo Amadi was quite of a surprise there. As you know, he was released. He has the ability to play the safety or the cornerback position. Will Harris obviously was a person that the Saints liked a lot in that utility role. Jacob Kabodi, we knew that would be the case with Jacob Kabodi. He had those 2 rushing touchdowns, but the Saints definitely want him on the practice squad. Tremaine Otram, no surprise there. Kyle Hergel fought hard for a backup offensive line position. No good. He was released. Lawrence Johnson, a DB, is released. Josiah Ibrahim also released. Charlie Smith was released, according to sources. Jack Heflin, no surprise there. Shamar Jean-Charles released. Millard Bradford, the safety. Michael Jacobson, the backup tight end. Shane Lemieux, the offensive lineman. We knew he struggled. He was released. A kind of a surprise was Jonathan Abram, man. That was probably one of the bigger surprises that John Abram was put in the street. And he actually was doing positive things early on. And the Saints Dennis Allen ultimately chose to kind of decide to go with Will Harris, Jordan Howden. Those guys would be there. So that's the call with that. That's probably kind of a surprise for them with the Jonathan Abram thing. So we'll just monitor that. Mike Rose, the linebacker. We knew that that was a long shot for him. JoJuan Williams, the big defensive back that got burnt. He was released as well. So the Saints had a few things to talk about in terms of the releasing going on. And we'll kind of go more in depth to some of these other situations as well. And of course, Colin Saunders was a dude that also was dealing with a calf issue leading into this thing. So the Saints do have a few injury issues. We know about, I just talked about Kendre Miller being placed on IR. He also dealing with Colin Saunders. Bink Saunders also dealing with a calf issue as we move forward. So still some moves to be made, a lot of moves left to be gone to talk about. It's still early on, and we still have very much a lot of the day left to kind of get under our belts to figure out what the Saints are going to do and what 53-man roster team they're going to go to battle with in the 24-25 season. So that's just a few of the things right there. Much love to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in the stream. Yeah, a lot of the family members kind of shocked by some of these surprises so far. But let's see what goes on. Like right now, just kind of reserve judgment right now because it's still an unfinished commodity right now. And there's still a lot of moves. A few guys here were cut, a couple of guys here was done this. But what are the Saints doing? Did they claim somebody? Are they, looking at a certain player that's out there? All this will be kind of factored in as the Saints kind of build this team or finalize the roster. We're right within the gap between the end of the preseason and the start of the regular season where the Saints need to do what they need to do to get this stuff together. So we'll see how all of this is handled. Y'all just just stay tuned because there's still a lot of movement left. We'll cover the rest of this stuff later on TFC Patreon, our Patreon stream, our YouTube membership family. If y'all want to join that, just simply join our YouTube channel. You'll have access to that link. You'll get that information, as well as patreon.com/Pro Media Network. We'll be doing that. Also, I'm going to be bringing back On Cue with Big Q. I got a few shows that I'm going to do on Cue with Big Q, which we talk about a lot of stuff, stuff outside of the sports world, the real stuff. We talk about that on that as well. That's shows on that, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to get on out on that, man. Y'all hit the like button. Appreciate y'all. And listen, like I said, I'll be back later to chop up game with y'all. Much love. Appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.